G'day guys and welcome back to Ados the Great YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I will be going through my preview and predictions for the 2024 State of Origin Game 1 next Wednesday. Very excited for this. I love Origin. I think it's a great time of the year. Obviously you can see me wearing my Queensland jersey with pride. I am a Queenslander and I love my Queensland heritage. Obviously, I do support the Rabbitohs. And if you want to know why I support the Rabbitohs and I support the Maroons, head over to my TikTok, check out the pinned video, and that'll explain it there. But let's get into it, guys. So what we're going to do in this video is I will go through the team lists. Not so much name by name, but just, some changes I think we could see before game day and some shocking, well, not shocking, but some unexpected, I guess you could say, players named, stuff like that. Then we will talk some key matchups, and then we'll go into the predictions. So I'll give you my score prediction, my margin prediction. I will give you my apologies for the Facebook notification there. I will give you my, that's throwing me off, first try scorer, and I will give you my man of the match. So, without further ado, guys, let's jump in and talk about the team list. I'll start with Queensland because I have gone over them already in a separate video. And if you want to see my reaction video to the Maroons team announcement, it's on YouTube, guys. Go and check it out. But let's talk about this. But before we do, guys, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the growth of the channel. We're getting so close to 6,000 subs. And if you guys could help me out, that would be amazing. All right. So, few picks that I wasn't expecting. Murray Taulagi. Don't know why I wasn't expecting him to be named there. I guess Selwyn Cobbo I thought would just be straight into that side. But, Selwyn Cobbo is named on the bench there. Outside of that, like Tom Dearden versus Ezra Mam was a good little battle there, but I do think Billy picked the right player there in Tom Dearden. Ezra Mam is a good player, very good player, a very talented player, but Tom Dearden's been there, done it before. I think he deserves that spot. Jaden Sewer over David Fafita. Look, I'm not going to get into it too much. I disagree with the selection, but I think Billy's done it because of the whole Roosters-Titans feud over Fafita. So I don't think Billy liked the way that was handled. So Jaden Sewer, hey, I reckon he'll do a job for us. He's got Billy's back, and so he's got mine too. Outside of that, I think Selwyn Cobbo off the bench is probably the biggest shock out of everything, and then Brendan Piakura named in the extended bench. Look, do I think there's going to be changes to the 17? I actually think there will be at least one. I think Ben Hunt will start on the bench and Harry Grant will start in the starting 13. The reason being, I understand a lot of people are saying Ben Hunt will get through that hard first 20 to 30 minutes and then Grant will come on. I disagree. I think Grant starts. Again, could be wrong. I'm not the Queensland coach. Billy is. But that is what I'm expecting. I'm also, depending on what the Blues do, I reckon Cobbo could be the 18th man and Felice Carfusi comes on as the as an interchange. But again, I don't know. I would expect Cobbo to play, but at the same time, I wouldn't put it past Billy to make that change. But outside of that, yeah. Great squad. I'm very happy with it. If you want to see my full reaction to it, guys, just check it out on YouTube. All right, the Blues squad. Okay, I'm not going to go over it one by one. We know Brian To'o was always going to get selected. We know Stephen Crichton was. We know several players were. So let's talk about some of the predictions that a lot of people. The selections that a lot of people didn't predict. Dylan Edwards for fullback, I think 50% thought he'd get there, 50% thought Teddy would get there. I was one that thought Teddy would keep that spot, but I can understand why Michael Maguire's gone with Dylan Edwards. I think it is probably the right choice, especially with the other players in that spine. I think it's the right call there. Joseph Suaalii and Zach Lomax, I think both of these players are having incredible seasons. I do think Joseph Suaalii is an out-and-out winger. I don't really like him in the centres, if I'm being honest with you. And I think Suaalii and Lomax are going to be a little bit of a defensive liability. Now, I expect a change to the back line. I think Suali'i will go on To'o's wing and Crichton will go on Lomax's. And I know you don't want to break up that Penrith connection, but I reckon they might. I just think that, Suali'i, Lomax and Martin all defending, I don't know how that'll go. But, yeah, interesting to say the least. Luai and Hines in the halves. Hines was always going to get this one. Luai, Burton and Walker were sort of fighting for that 5'8" spot. And I think they've gone with the right choice here in Luai. He had an incredible game last week. I think he deserves that number 6 jersey. Hines is under a bit of an injury cloud, and I've heard rumours that Luke Keary has been training or as a halfback there for the Blues, so that could be interesting. But I think that's just a little bit of a white lie there from the Blues, and I do think that if Hines goes down, Luai will go to the 7 and Burton will go to the 6. That's my opinion on it. Outside of that, not too many changes in the forward pack. Jake Trbojevic gets the captaincy. I love that. And Cameron McInnes gets the number 13. I also think that's very good for the Blues as well. And Cameron McInnes deserved to be there. He probably should have been there 1 or 2 years ago. I think that is a great selection. Liam Martin, obviously under a bit of an injury cloud. I would say Ola Kawatu comes on and starts if Martin is out. And then you probably see Burton come onto the bench if the halves are all good. Outside of that, I think the biggest shock to me was Spencer Leniu. Only played a couple of games this season or a few games this season. I don't think he should have been picked. I understand why they've done it, but I probably would have gone with a Mitch Barnett. Again, I'm not Michael Maguire. I'm not in a position to make these calls, but I still like to share my opinion. All right, so that is a team list out of the way. Let's go through some key matchups. So obviously the biggest one for me, I think, are the 2 electric fullbacks, Dylan Edwards, Reece Walsh. Incredible. I think those 2 are going to light it up for their respective teams. Zach Lomax and Xavier Coates, I think, will be an incredible battle. 2 massive wingers going at it. Their leaping ability is just incredible, so I can't wait to see that. Then you've got... I probably wouldn't say Dearden and Luai is that juicy of a matchup. I'd probably say Hines and Cherry Evans, 2 very good game-managing halves. Obviously, DCE more experienced than Hines, but Hines is good. He's a fantastic player. I believe he's either leading the Dally M's or he's second to Dylan Edwards. He's having a great season, so definitely deserves to be there. I think Jake Trbojevic, and I know they're not actually playing against each other, but Jake Trbojevic and Paddy Carrigan, both incredible leaders, in their own rights. I think that just the leadership battle between those 2 as well. I know Paddy's not a captain, but he's seen as a leader in that Queensland squad. So I think Jake and Paddy's leadership is going to be good heading against each other as well. I would have said David Fafita against an Angus Crichton, but we don't have that. I do think Angus Crichton and Jeremiah Nanai is a good little key matchup as well. Obviously, I think they are on opposite sides of the field, but if they are to match up against each other, I think that is bloody awesome. And then if Matt Burton does come onto the bench, the inclusion of Birdo and Cobbo could be insane. So there are a few matchups I'm looking forward to. Let me know your favourite matchups from these 2 teams, guys. I'd love to hear from you on that one. All right, guys, let's get into predictions. So, and you all know who I'm tipping. And it hurts me to do it, but I'm going the Blues. I'm joking. Look, I've obviously got to tip the Maroons. I'm backing in the Maroons by 8. I don't think it'll be a massively high-scoring game. I reckon it'll be about a 38-point total. So I'm going to go, 36-point total. So I'm going to go Queensland 22, New South Wales 14. That's how I think it'll go. My first try scorer, I'm actually going to go Joseph Suaalii. I think they're going to be putting up bombs too, especially if Suaalii and Lomax are on one side together. Man, they're going to be putting up bombs all night to those 2, and I think Suaalii, I reckon he's going to get one grab and he'll put it down. I reckon he scores, I'm going to go with the first try there. Outside of that, you could also see, maybe a forward crashing over for the first try, but I doubt it. I reckon Suaalii will score the first try there for the Blues. And then my man of the match, obviously Queensland are the team that I've got winning this one. And for me, I think Paddy Carrigan is going to be the man of the match for the Maroons. I think he's going to just, as I said, he has that leadership quality about him. I reckon he's going to run for like 220 metres, have about 28, 30 tackles, work his ass off. I reckon he gets man of the match. But let me know your tips and predictions down below in the comments, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the footy on Wednesday night, guys. See you later.